Dr. Jan White, and very interesting topic today, which is what, Dr. White?
Hoarding.
Hoarding. We all know someone that they won't get rid of stuff, and now there's a difference between a little bit of clutter and hoarding.
Yeah, there is. And you know, I'm kind of on a crusade right now because I'm very annoyed that we now have 3 television shows, not on ZTV by the way, dedicated to hoarding. So hoarding is now entertainment. That's why I'm very annoyed.
And that's sad because it could teach more people to do it. It could make you think it's okay to some extent.
Well, should we have hoarding as entertainment? I don't know. But on the bright side, it has brought out an awareness that this is going on. The myth, though, is that older people hoard and that younger people don't. That is totally a myth. So what I did, I dug into the research. I got 3 different journal articles. One's from Scandinavia, so I got the the global view of hoarding.
Now, before you go further on that, when you talk about hoarding, what exactly is the definition?
Well, I'm glad you asked because I have it right in front of me. I'm going to read it to you. Okay, it has 4 criteria in order to meet the category of hoarding. Difficulty discarding, excessive acquiring, clutter, and distress and impairment due to hoarding. And so what that means is that if the person is asked to get rid of anything, it causes severe emotional distress.
Anxiety.
So
or just
that's
distress.
why, right. And there's also a lack of insight with regard to discarding. And so what does that mean? That means if you say, hey mom, let's get rid of some of this stuff, they're arguing and they don't believe there actually is clutter. So that is what prevents treatment, because treatment is available.
Okay, and that's it's a serious thing. Not too long ago there was a lady who they actually found dead in her house, and she was buried underneath a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, well.
It's where you can't even walk through their homes.
That's right. In some cases, the rooms that are needed are not even usable.
Right.
Tables, they can't eat at a table,
junk.
they can't sit in a chair. I did find, though, that there is an increased risk of health hazards, so I'm glad you brought that up. Increased risk of falling, fire, poor sanitation, and health risks. They found that many of the people were unable to use their kitchen sink, the toilet, their tubs, so it can get pretty nasty.
Yeah, if your tub is filled with clothes or just stuff and you can't use your shower or your tub, that's a serious problem.
There is a very serious problem. Now, hoarding does increase with age, but it did not start with old age. The research found that there's a very early onset between the ages of 12 and 18. By the age of 12, hoarders were already hoarding. 60% of them were hoarding.
Really?
By the age of 18, 80% of the people in these articles were hoarding.
Wow.
So this manifested early in life, and it just got worse and worse. So what happens when you're living with your family, there are people who can moderate that and throw things away. Then you're older and you're living alone, and there's no one to help you to start discarding things.
So your living space gets smaller and smaller, because the stuff is just consuming you.
Right. The number 1 item that's hoarded is newspaper.
I was going to ask you about Jamie Cooper.
And
I was going to go there.
And the number 2 item that's hoarded is
clothes?
Paper goods.
Paper goods.
Now, clothes were way down the line.
Or
just paper,
any kind of
paper plates, wrappers. So, see, the hoarding can involve insignificant items that have no use and no meaning.
Now when I go through our attic, or Jamie's bad about cutting out newspaper articles, and he'll want to hold on to them and everything, and he'll just box them up, and I'll just stick them in a box or a bag and stick them in the attic. Well, eventually I'll go up there and toss them. He'll never know the difference.
Good for you.
Except for now. And then, but he doesn't really pitch a fit.
No, you haven't.
He doesn't pitch a fit, but he knows I'm going to throw it away, so that's not really that big of an issue with him.
Well,
or is he going to get worse as he gets older? Well, we know
we'll
he's going to get worse as he gets older. Okay, carry on.
But the people they interviewed, and they interviewed thousands of people for these articles, when they asked them, why are you accumulating all of these things? They said they were feeling thrifty.
Okay.
It's exciting. And they enjoy the hunt.
Really?
Really.
And they will never have a yard sale.
They will never have a yard sale because remember, it causes extreme distress to get rid of anything. I
so
mean,
they're literally attached to stuff.
They are attached to stuff, and they're having a meltdown. If you suggest, why don't we throw away this coffee cup from 3 years ago, the paper coffee cup? No, they cannot part with that. So see, this is a real, I'm not saying they're mentally ill, because, you know, we really don't know what causes this. Some people think it's related to OCD. We do not know that. And all of the research points that out. So,
well, you know, they say alcoholics or drug addicts, anything like that, when your life becomes unmanageable, you have a problem.
Right. And
so if you're arguing with people in your family, or you're having difficulty with your lifestyle, that's unmanageable, and it's a problem.
I think that if you're a hoarder, or if you're living with a hoarder, I think that you should seek treatment. But the treatment is not very successful for the hoarders.
Really? So there's not a good turnaround?
No, there's not. But at least the family...
Well, now when you say that, how many hoarders do you think are going to rush out to try to get help?
Well, they're not, because I had already said that they have the lack of insight that prevents it. But if you're living with a hoarder, or if it's causing family distress, at least you can address those issues.
So you wouldn't recommend when they go out shopping, you're just loading up all the junk and getting rid of it, and it's gone by the time they come home?
No, do not do that.
That would be a fight.
Do not do that, because that could cause harm to the individual. Don't do it.
What a tough, I've never talked to anyone who's actually had to live with a hoarder.
I haven't either.
Other than Jamie and newspapers, but I toss those. Okay, well, thank you. We'll have to talk more about that. Very interesting.
Thank you.
And I didn't realize the turnaround rate for therapy is not too good for that either. All right. Well, if you know anyone who's living with a hoarder and you'd like to come up and talk about this subject, I'd love to talk about you and just ask you questions and stuff. That's pretty interesting.
It is.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Jan White. She's always with us on Wednesdays. If you have any questions, you can always email us, ztv@jamiecooper.com. We're going to take a quick break. Coach Pugh is here. We're going to talk to him, and then we're going to talk to David Carter about Upward Basketball. Stay with us. We'll be right back.